What is kinesiology? I'm Catherine from Integrated Men's Health in Melbourne, Australia, and I get asked this question all the time. I'm a men's health and porn addiction specialist, but I do treat women and children and couples as well. I'm a kinesiologist, I'm an intuitive healer, I'm a medical medium or seer, I'm a massage therapist, psycho-spiritual therapist, transformational coach, author, and teacher. So what is kinesiology? It's what I'm here to talk to you about today. It's an alternative therapy which is sometimes very difficult to explain. I had kinesiology done on me for 2 years long ago and never understood it. I just knew that it worked immediately. I remember driving home from my first kinesiology session and saying out aloud in the car, "Oh my God, I'm going to be okay." The reason I went to a kinesiologist in the first place was because the relationship I was in was abusive, and all of a sudden he had physically, emotionally, mentally and verbally abused me. I had to leave and stay with my parents because we were living together, and I thought I was going to actually die from the stress. I was only 27, and back then no one ever recommended healing or therapy or anything like that. You just sucked it up. It wasn't until I started studying it years later that I actually understood how it all worked. So kinesiology is a biofeedback system which uses muscle testing to access weaknesses in a person's system, meaning mind, subconscious mind, body systems, soul, and energy patterns and fields. We use this muscle testing to identify imbalances and blockages, and then we correct these imbalances using energy, healing, and other tools and techniques. We are facilitating the body to heal itself. We're identifying the cause, the why, or the origin of a problem. We're definitely not just treating the symptoms. So how does it all work? So everything that ever happens to you, all your emotions, memories, and experiences are stored in every single cell of your body, and that's called your cellular memory. You also have a subconscious memory and an energy field memory, or people have heard of your aura. We can compare you to a computer hard drive as an example. All your information is stored in that hard drive, and all we need to do is access that information to discover what the blockages are. These blockages are the cause, they're the why, and they're the origin of why your system isn't healing itself. In order to heal, essentially, we need to find out what is needed to correct and balance the body and its energy systems. And we do that with this biofeedback system of muscle testing. So you all know about frequency and frequency medicine, right? Vibrational frequency, that everything has a vibrational frequency, a hertz vibration. Love sits at 528 hertz, a heart beats between 20 and 150 hertz, light has a frequency, trees have a vibrational frequency, sound waves and solfeggio frequencies are used to heal the body, and the body has to drop into the frequency of sleep to be able to sleep. People don't get that. I'm sure you've all heard of the different brain waves as well, the theta, beta, delta. These all sit at specific hertz. So when a part of our system gets sick, our frequency changes, and these changes can be identified using kinesiology. You may have seen that I'm using an AO scanner in my practice, which is a device that has over 3,000 correct frequencies of the body loaded into it. The scanner then throws those frequencies at someone's body or my body and reads which frequencies are too high, too low, or chaotic. I'm not a machine, but kinesiology is based on the same principle as this technology, and it's a manual way of doing that. So using this muscle testing, the client's body gives us information about where the energy blockages are, who was involved, and the significant time in one's life that these blockages occurred. Emotional stress and its effect on physiology as well as which corrections are the most appropriate for the body to heal itself are revealed. There are only so many negative emotions and toxins that the body can actually carry before it starts to fault physically. For example, anger and resentment sits in the spine, and someone may start to experience problems in their back for no apparent reason, just because they've harbored these emotions for so many years. Anxiety is another example, which is stored in the bladder. So someone might experience a UTI that won't go away, an infection, and have back pain and sore feet and headaches due to the bladder meridian running through these areas of the body. The most beautiful thing about this system is that the person being worked on is the authority. All the information comes from the individual's circuits body experience. Remarkable communication and healing can take place. It really is amazing. So what is muscle testing? Muscle testing simply involves a muscle, commonly in the arm, comfortably positioned in a state of extension or contraction. Slight pressure is then applied to this muscle by the practitioner, and the muscle responds in one of two ways. A locked muscle is where the muscle stays strong and holds, or an unlocked muscle is where the muscle relaxes and lets go. Put simply, the muscle acts as an indicator, a confirmation of something, a yes or no response. The body can't hold strong when there's a weakness, right? So that means that the muscle cannot hold its force against any pressure. For example, I can ask you to close your eyes and think of a car accident that you had. I'd then ask you to say, I feel safe, and we then muscle test the muscle to see the response. In this case, the muscle would unlock and we'd get a floppy arm as there is some kind of weakness around saying, I feel safe. And in this case, a trauma, and the body can't hold strong when we test it. We then use kinesiology to identify what the blockages are and then clear the issue. We then retest I feel safe whilst thinking of the accident, and we keep going until we get a hold or a confirmation in the muscle where it locks. We use muscle testing to identify anything from how you are feeling, why you're dehydrated, which organ or gland needs attention, which muscles in your back are aggravated. We can use it to find out which meridians are blocked, if you're running any sabotages or programs, why you can't sleep, why your neck hurts, which vertebrae is out, who hurt you as a child, which essence you need, which chakra is blocked, which crystal needs to go on which part of your body, which essential oil or essence is required, what food you have a sensitivity to. It really is endless. The most common muscle used for testing is the brachioradialis muscle, which is located in the forearm. The client is normally laying down, and you raise the hand with the elbow still touching the table. Pretend my elbow's there. We can do it out of the front, at the front like this, or along the side of the body. I use muscle testing in all of my treatments, not just when I'm doing kinesiology. It's in my integrated massage therapy treatment. Muscle testing is used all the way through to identify blockages in the kundalini, in the spine, in the shoulders, in the neck and head, the chakras, the organs, the meridians. It's also used when I do a stretch their arm above their head to determine the correct angle that's required. But because you can't use the client's arm to test during a massage, self-testing is used. I use it to identify which essences and essential oils they need, how many drops, and where along the spine that the drops are placed. It's both a fine art and an accurate way to treat clients. It's absolutely amazing. There are various methods of self-testing, but I use a variation of the sway method. My abs clench involuntarily as a yes, and my body doesn't move at all for a no. And those of you who've seen, you would have seen me do that. I can show you now. I can say my name is Catherine. I'm going to muscle test here, and I can say and I get a hold. I can say my name is Rebecca, and I get it. It falls down, and my abs are clenching. So it holds for I am Catherine, and it doesn't hold for I am Rebecca. And that's because there's a weakness in the system. So when I'm muscle testing, I'm applying slight pressure to my hand. I'm not pushing any resistance against it with my arm, and the body will hold or lock your muscles in an almost relaxed state without you even having to think about it, right? You don't have to push up. I can say I feel free and alive, and I get a yes, great. And that's a confirmation of that sentence. I can say my liver is healthy, and I get a yes, and then I can say my gallbladder is healthy, and I get a no, and you'll see my body move. Because I've had my gallbladder taken out, But my gallbladder channel is still there and causes major problems resulting in migraines, right? So the gallbladder holds all of the frustration and anger in the body, feeling like there's no choice, feeling helpless, as well as impotence in men. So my gallbladder channel is trying to process all of these emotions over the last couple of years without a gallbladder. And it works in conjunction with the liver, which holds all the anger and resentment, the irritability and feeling bitter. So you can see kinesiology is very much based on the methods of Chinese medicine. So not just kinesiologists use muscle testing either. My chiropractor uses it to identify weaknesses, in my rib cage and my spine. Naturopaths and other practitioners use it in their sessions to prescribe homeopathic drops or essences. It's a brilliant tool in any practitioner's toolkit, as well as an extremely useful tool for any person personally wanting to align and identify issues that need healing, either for themselves or their family. It's fantastic for identifying food or chemical sensitivities or what essential oils are required on that day for the maximum benefits. So anyone can learn to muscle test and use it in their everyday life, or use it with other modalities to treat clients. So you cannot use muscle testing for everything though, and permission is always required in every single case. You can't muscle test or heal an ex-partner or a family member without them knowing. You can't muscle test future events or scenarios in hope that you can confirm a psychic prediction. It must have already happened or already been an experience or be a fact in your cellular memory. But although I've got pretty good at it now and I can access the collective consciousness for information, which is really cool. So it's all about quantum physics. And of course, with this amazing tool comes great responsibility. You must ask permission, and you must be careful how you deliver the information that arises, because it's not a diagnostic tool. It must always come from a place of love, and you can always muscle test, I choose to be in a loving space before you start. It's really cool. So that's kinesiology and muscle testing. I hope you could understand how this incredible healing modality works, and that it's got you thinking about the mind-body connection and how you can use this. So get in touch to find out when my next muscle testing workshop is. It's only $27 and it's done online, so anyone in the world can do it. I also teach my own system and methods of kinesiology and healing protocols in a 2-day course, which is coming up soon. So ask me when that's coming up, and I hope you have an awesome day.